What's going on, everybody? My name is Austin Ariel. Welcome back to the channel. And this is... Oh, wait. I totally forgot. Let me just bring it into focus for you guys really quick. This is the all-new 2022 Hyundai Tucson in limited trim, and we're going through this thing. I've borrowed this 2022 Hyundai Tucson Limited from Ed Voiles Hyundai Genesis here in Smyrna, Georgia. Reid Glenn, you've been a lifesaver. I've been trying to get my hands on one of these. You had only one in the showroom, but we discovered this one soon after. So I am super happy to show you guys this car, because this has actually been one of my favorite, most anticipated SUVs personally that I've wanted to see in person. And today I get to share it with you guys. So let's go through this thing. So really quick, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been subscribed. You guys show a lot of support for the channel, and I'm very thankful. For you guys who are new to the channel, welcome. If you like what you see, definitely subscribe to the channel, so show support, and give this video a thumbs up. Hit the bell if you want to get alerts every time I release a video. So in saying that, let's talk about the front end. So on the front end of the all-new 2022 Tucson, they have gone radically different. So for one, these are going to be your running lights. They kind of have this little check mark shape, but it blends seamlessly with this grille. They have a chrome housing, dark chrome housing, so it matches the grille. Amazing. In addition to that, you've got a headlight system that actually has 4 LED bulbs. 4. So you got a full LED headlight system here. Your indicators, as I'll show now, are actually going to be here, and they are going to be LED as well, which is really nice. In addition to that, you have this dark chrome that actually goes along the base of the bumper here, which is really, really nice, matches the grille. And the Hyundai badge is actually dark chrome. I haven't seen that before, so it's a really nice touch. You have a front-facing camera here because this car does have a surround view camera system, and this is actually where the radar brick is. So you do have the radar cruise control on this vehicle. The brick is right here. Looks really nice, and you do have a painted piece on the bottom of the bumper. You do have your front parking sensors as well, which looks really nice. And then the whole grille opening is open. There's not a part of this grille that is actually closed off aside from this piece that divides it. I'm actually interested on why they did that. We'll find out soon enough. In addition to that, this area that's right next to the headlight is actually a hollow piece, so it actually does feed air through the fender of the car. So again, for aerodynamics and possibly to help with brake cooling, things like that, but I don't know if that'd be as important on a car like this. The wheel set on this all-new Hyundai Tucson, it is going to be a 19-inch wheel. As you can see, it kind of looks like blades of a fan. Looks really cool. I feel like compared to the rest of the car, it's slightly understyled, but I do think it's a good, it's a pretty good look overall. I do like these little indents on the wheel itself, and the machine finish is just really cool. The tire, it is going to be a Kumo tire on this one. It is a 235 width tire, 55 series sidewall, and again, these are 19-inch wheels. So overall, a really good look. Very simplistic, nothing crazy. While we're looking at the side profile of the car, I do want to point out how many creases there are. Crease, 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 crease. This thing is full of angles, and they did that on purpose. This thing looks absolutely crazy. On the back of the Tucson here, you're going to notice a completely different look. The craziness that started in the front matches the rear end here. For one, you've got a full LED light bar here, with these being your running lights, these slashes here. Your indicators are actually going to be down here, as is your reverse light and a reflector piece. Tucson here in chrome. You are going to have tailgate button down here. It's no longer up here, and then the Hyundai badge is actually brought up into the glass. Now, if you notice, the spoiler is larger, and what did they do? They put the wiper up top. Everybody here knows I'm a fan of top mounted wiper blades. This thing is awesome. They have really styled this thing well. Third brake light up top, it's actually a pretty big one. I expected it to be kind of tiny, but this one's actually pretty wide. And overall, it's a really clean design. You do have plastic cladding down here, which is smart because you want it to be durable. But down here where the rear parking sensors are, this is a painted piece with these little indentions here. Almost look like a diffuser in a way. Gives it a sporty essence. But I'm actually going to show you what the lighting on the rear looks like right about here, so that way you guys can see it. But overall, the rear end design of this thing is really nice, especially how they bring a lot of the design elements into it. A lot of strakes, a lot of angles, a lot of LED lighting, and in addition to that, you have this satin piece that just divides the glass between the side and the rear. Overall, just a really, really clean look. So we are in the all new, brand new 2022 Hyundai Tucson, and let me tell you guys, this is incredibly impressive. So for one, let's talk about the gauge cluster here. Very similar to all the other digital gauge clusters from the Hyundai Kia group, so you should be very familiar with this. You change the drive modes. I'm not going to go into that. This I'm going to go into. So for one, this is their new 10.25 inch screen, which looks absolutely fantastic. Of course, you can do whatever you need to here. So you can slide it to the right. You can see all of these different apps that you have here, which you see how responsive this is. Wow. You can tap on the side and it brings your navigation up completely. And then look down here. All of these things are haptic feedback. So you want to change your fan speed, haptic feedback. Your controls for the temperature, haptic feedback. And it is actually pretty responsive. Everything here also haptic feedback. Setup, media, radio. I mean, everything here. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. I will say though, they should have left some knobs on here just to help in terms of volume. I'm actually using the controls on the steering wheel just to adjust this rather than the volume up and down button here. But I know you guys are already familiar with this screen, so I'm not going to go through that too much, but make note, down here all of it is haptic feedback. You do have a Qi super fast wireless charger here, so your phone actually lays down here. You do have a pad there to lay anything you want. Fast charge USB, 12 volt power outlet down here, and then another USB there for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Down here you have your ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, parking sensors for the front and rear, and a camera button. Look at this. Camera view, press and hold to activate the parking assist. How cool is that? Surround view parking system, which is very common amongst a lot of cars, but not in this segment. So I'm really happy to see that you have that on this vehicle. If you're using it while on drive, it'll show the front camera, so that way you can see what you're actually going to be coming up on. And the passenger seat is also heated or ventilated. You do have an electronic parking brake and auto hold here. This is all surrounded in this gloss plastic piece here, which honestly feels fantastic. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. No creaks, none of that. So this gloss trim, really, really nice. You do have storage on the side here, a little storage pocket with this satin finish on the outline. And then let's talk about the steering wheel. Leather wrapped here, gloss black finish here, which is really nice. Metallic finish here. Same deal over here. You've got your lane safety there, your smart cruise control, paddle shifters on here. We'll talk about the powertrain in a little bit. Leather wrapped steering wheel. It is heated, like I said. And then look at this new spoke design. What do you guys think of this new spoke design? Let me know in the comments below. And then look over here. This trim on the door starts all the way and goes all the way across. It is just incredible. Kind of a dual cockpit type of view here. Really clean design, not overstyled, not understyled. And look at this. Memory seats, from what I'm told, is the first time the Tucson has ever had memory seats. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. In addition to that, gloss black here in the door. Looks really nice. Metallic finish for the door handle. And look at this little denim kind of fabric material here. Hyundai's been using that a lot in their cars, especially the Elantra. works really well here. And this interior is the gray interior. I'm going to go over it very shortly, but overall, very clean design. And of course, you've got your buttons here, illumination, tailgate opener, and then your traction control. Things I want to point out: automatic headlights, and look at these little embezzles on the outside of the stock. But you also have auto wipers. Yes, you heard that right. Automatic rain sensing wipers on a Hyundai Tucson. Absolutely incredible what you have. Auto dimming mirror that's frameless. LED interior lighting. And you are going to have a huge panoramic sunroof. Looks amazing. Really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and close that really quick. And let's look at the rest of the interior. I do want to point out, in addition to the camera system here, look what happens when you put your indicator on. You have your blind spot view monitor on both sides, all new for the Tucson. So looking at the seats as a whole, this has a gray interior. Look at this. You have this beautiful satin finish here. It almost has a sheen to it, but it breaks up the leather really well. Power seats for the front, which is really nice. And the door card here, you can see in full. Bose audio system. You are going to have a storage pocket on the side here. And then, even though it's kind of this rubbery plasticky material, still says Tucson. And then let's look at the back seat here. Incredible. This one's angled a little forward. I angled this one back. But look at this. You've got these levers on the side to change the angle of the seat back or to fold them down if you want. Vents for the rear passengers, fast charge USBs, and you do have matte pockets on the back of both front seats. And look at this, heated seats for the outboard seats in the rear. Awesome. Gloss black finishes around the buttons, same metallic finish on the door handle. You have this denim here, and you have this gloss black trim with a metal surround. Looks really nice. Cup holder here on the base of the door card, and another speaker as well. Overall, a really good look. For those who want to get an idea on space, I got my stuff here on the floorboard, don't mind it. But roofline wise, I've got a lot of space back here. And in addition to that, this seat is where I would sit normally. I've got a ton of space back here. You're not gonna have trouble fitting any adults back here at all. Or maybe even car seats. The tailgate in this Tucson is a power tailgate. Again, this is the limited trim, so this is pretty much a loaded out Tucson. Back here, you've got plentiful amount of space. You do have levers on the back, so you can pull these and it'll actually bring down the second row like so. In addition to that, you got 4 tie down points, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And underneath here, you got your spare tire. So you have a lot of utilization for space if you want to. And then to close it, you just simply press this button and it closes it right on up. We are driving the 2022 Hyundai Tucson. So this is probably the biggest radical change for the brand as a whole. The Sonata, yeah, pretty good car, but SUVs are where it's at right now. And this thing, man, this thing is going to be wild. It is so much more futuristic, so much more simplistic. I mean, it's nice. I'm actually going to turn on the volume really quick. Now, let's talk powertrain. So this has a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, about 187 horsepower and 182 foot-pounds of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. That doesn't sound like powerful figures, but you have to realize that this is also a smaller SUV. So in saying that, it should suffice, okay? This is a front-wheel drive model. It is not an all-wheel drive model. So also make note of that. But man, this thing, it just feels so much more refined. It's a very comfortable ride. But man, this thing is also... the material quality in this thing is just incredible. I think it just looks so nice. So nice. The only thing I wish that Hyundai would do is bring over the performance engine from the Kia Sportage. That one has a turbo 2-liter. I wish they'd put a similar power plant in the Tucson, make it a little bit quicker. My only thing. Outside of that, wow, this thing is incredible. Steering is light, as you'd expect in an SUV. You're not gonna have a sports car feel in this thing at all. That is perfectly normal. But in addition to that, just the features that are in this thing are just insane, to be honest. It's just, wow. I'm really digging the design language here. I'm truly baffled by their design language here, and it works really well. Oh my goodness. So like I said, you're not going to win any races with this thing, but that's not the point of this car. This is to offer the most luxury while staying an economy branded vehicle, essentially. This Tucson, this specific one, stickers at about 36 grand. For 36 grand, you have a vehicle with more features than most luxury vehicles offer. And let me tell you, this thing, oh, it just feels so nice. It is very comfortable. Very comfortable. It's a comfortable size too. If you want a compact SUV, this definitely fits the bill. But I will say this definitely feels a lot more higher up than the outgoing Tucson and even the Kia Sportage. But I'll also say that the front seems so much shorter than the outgoing one, and I don't know why that is. That might just be the styling, but overall really nice. The suspension, very comfortable, eats up pretty much any bump that you might throw at it, but it's also very compliant. So is the steering. The steering is kind of heavy. It's heavier than most other cars, to be honest, but it just feels really nice. This thing just feels so refined, and there's so much technology in this thing. It's just unreal. I am so impressed with what they did here. So impressed. So kudos to you, Hyundai, for doing this. And yes, I'm gonna say Hyundai because a lot of people have quoted me saying it wrong, saying Hyundai versus Hyundai. I'm sorry, guys. I will try my best to pronounce things as accurately as possible, so I'm gonna try my best to remember that it's Hyundai, not Hyundai, and that is what I'm doing now. Just saying, you guys don't think I listen? I listen. I pay attention. Now, anyways, as far as visibility goes in this thing, you've got a ton of it. I mean, you can see everything in sight. Wow, that thing just ate up a bump. Holy cow. Yeah, visibility is not an issue in this thing. You can see literally everywhere. And if you have the panoramic sunroof open, oh, it just lets in so much light. It's just incredible. I'm a big fan. Definitely a big fan. These seats, very comfortable. Very comfortable seats. They don't hug you too much, so I wouldn't advise doing speeder driving in this thing because you might slide around. But overall, very comfortable. And the fact that you got heated, cooled, and memory seats in a Tucson? What in the world? Like, holy cow. Never would have thought I would have seen anything of the sort. But here we are. So overall, I think for 36 grand, I think this is a steal of a car. You get a lot of good features for the money, and there's nothing really bad to say other than I would want more power. I do, from my understanding, understand that there's a hybrid model coming out with more power. So we'll have to wait and see what that's about. But overall, if you're considering a compact SUV, 100% I will take this with me to the grave. Think that this can blow the Toyota RAV4 out of the water. Bar none, hands down. The material quality in this thing is just insane. The design is beautiful. It's different. It's very modern, almost futuristic. It is futuristic, actually. It's not even almost futuristic. This says to people, I'm not a boring person. I care about what I drive. I will get a lot of flack for it. I don't care what y'all people think. This thing is phenomenal, and I really hope Hyundai gets a lot of success with this. because this is a fantastic vehicle. So that's my soapbox on this thing. Anyways, without further ado, if you guys like this, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe to it, and of course, hit the bell so that way you get alerts every time we release a video. Again, big shout out to Ed Voiles Hyundai Genesis here in Smyrna, Georgia. Their information is going to be linked down below, as is Reid Glenn's. He's the one who helps get me these cars to film, and man, he'll take care of you even if you're out of state, across the country, doesn't matter. He'll take care of you. So I'll see you guys on the next review.